What's up, everybody, and welcome to Truth with Tara. I am Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and today you have an amazing special of all of my vocal coaches currently at the studio. I have Coach Nikki, Coach Yitz, Coach Celine, and Coach Ellie. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being on today. We've got a really fun segment for our viewers and our listeners on the Tara Simon Studios channel today. So we're going to ask each of you a specific question, and then we're going to go into a lightning round of questions. You're not going to know who I call on. You will have 3 seconds for the lightning round answers. You either get it in time or you get it or you don't, okay? No pressure. Well, I'm really excited for everybody to get to know you in this sense. So let's get right into it, shall we? Listeners and viewers want to know, what is a song that you had to coach so many times you never want to hear it again?
I would probably say How Far I'll Go from Moana because I was personally taught that because you probably remember I did that one, and then I've taught it so many times I feel like that I know that song like the back of my hand. So
Yes.
I hear that one a lot.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like with trends, right? With songs, you performed that. And so you had to learn it, right? But then you also get the double whammy of every kid that's under the sun who's ever heard of or seen Moana wanting to sing that. I think it was also the same for Let It Go when Frozen came out too, right? Like, I swear to you, if I never hear that song again, it'll be too soon. Dear Lord. Yeah. But Moana, I think, was the same. Yeah. Let it go. Right, right. That's really good. And so true. And it's like, it's hard because it's such a great song. And then the repetition of it is totally ruining it. And it makes you just like hate hate the song, and you know it's really good and you know you should still like it, but you just can't take it again.
A little thing that I do with songs that literally drive me up the entire wall because I've heard them so much is I'll look for an acoustic version. I will like see all the different ways that I can play and switch it around,
Oh,
and it kind of makes me fall for it all over again. And then I don't let my students sing it the same way. I'll be like, no, what is your version? Let's do something different, because then it's not regurgitation for me. Then it's like, okay, this is a new face. This is a new voice. You know what I mean?
so
So that
smart,
helps.
so wise. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki is my longest standing coach. She's been here for almost 10 years, so you can see how she self-preserves. It's very wise, very strategic. I love it. It's true. There's so many different ways that you can interpret a song. And actually lately in reactions, there's been a lot of like pop or Broadway songs that they've reimagined into rock or like heavy, almost even heavy metal, that I'm like,
Mhm.
this is the version of this song I never knew I needed. Wow. And it really does make you feel it in a way that's new and it's not old or stale or like cringe anymore. So that's a very good point for coaching. All right, coaches, do any of you have a favorite piece of audio or vocal equipment that you would recommend to singers?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend my Bose headphones. They are literally my security blanket at this point. All the time, I'm walking around. I love it. It puts me in my own world. I love it because it helps you listen to
Mm.
music, but even recording music in order to record properly, in order to not hear the audio track, the karaoke track, while you're recording, you got to wear headphones.
Mm.
So it's my all-purpose, all the time piece of audio equipment that I don't know how people take flights without noise
Oh, I
cancellation,
know.
but it's my go-to.
Yeah, and you're in Israel flying to America a bunch, so you're on those flights for a long time, my friend. Yeah. And this totally isn't paid or sponsored by Bose, but I will say that out of all the headphones I've used, they do have the comfiest earmuff cushions. Like, my ears don't get sore from having them over for hours.
Right. They're also I find big enough that they can go over
Over the
like my
whole
ears.
ear, yeah.
Over the whole ear. So yeah, gotta love my
Those
Bose.
EARS. Yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna be really annoying for a second by trade. But I had a pair of earphones that were noise cancellation. They were really, really good. And I listened to all my things in them. Oh my goodness, wonderful. Love the experience. So I agree with you, Yitz. However, I found that as a singer and a teacher who's always trying to be on top of my voice and push my voice to the next level, if I can't hear, then I can't hear myself.
Mm,
So then, and we always say how you practice is how you perform.
mm-hmm.
So, like when I'm going for my walks and I'm singing, if I can't hear the different things that I'm doing, then you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Right.
kind of opt for ones that don't cancel anything out, because you never know when you're going to want to sing, and then when you do, you want it to be on point because of, the nature of what we do.
Well,
Right. Let me teach you a really cool thing. It's called half on, half off.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Look at me go.
Yeah, that's me. That's me all day. Like one on, one off for sure. And Ellie and I have talked about this with in-ears and live performance too. Like, there's all sorts of controversy, really. This wasn't meant to turn into this, but this is a hot button topic among singers. Like, both in-ears in, one in-ear out, both out, or in headphones too. When recording, you see the artist with that one, and they're holding this one. Sometimes they don't even put it on; they just hold up the headphone, right? Yeah, totally. But I'm not going to even weigh in on that. Like, there might be scientific articles, maybe we can look and, I don't know, just like hash that out. But for me, without looking into the actual physiology and the effects possibly of like one in and one out, I say I vote one in, one out, just ignorantly on a preference basis, because you do need to have that really acute sense of hearing. So I do agree with like that noise canceled sound. However, as Nikki says, you cannot really truly gauge your correctness both in pitch, intonation, if you're pushing too hard or if you're not, if you don't hear ambient sound synchronistically, like in real time when you're singing. So it's actually kind of a conundrum, and especially when you're doing, say, like an amphitheater or a stadium, like anthem performance, because of the delay as well. Then you're like really okay. Like, I shouldn't have both in ears out or even one, because of the delay. It's going to slow down my tempo. There's all sorts of outliers and variables to this, but what do you guys think? I'm a total one in, one out girl. Everybody else agree or disagree?
When I record, it's always like half on, half off. But when I'm listening to music, they're both on.
I'm totally with you there.
Yeah, so that, and then, but when singing live, actually, especially like when you have the reverberation of the arena or whatever, it's more so focusing on memory, what it feels like to sing that, because it's not always what's coming into your ear what you're actually doing, and the more that you focus on what you're hearing, the more it's going to throw you off. So
Totally.
I don't like lean on any when it's live in a big place.
Interesting. Yeah, and let's not even forget the fact that, like, maybe up to 50% of the time sound goes bad. I mean, we can even just recently reference the humongous sound debacle at the inauguration with Carrie Underwood. Here's a fun one. What's a kid's song, Disney song, or musical moment that stuck with you over the years?
Eye to Eye, from a Goofy movie.
Eye to Eye.
Do you guys know that one?
I gotta say, I
Yeah.
don't.
Into each other's eye. You know that one?
No, how do I not know
Oh,
this?
yeah.
I know that one. I love that song.
Ellie, you and I are sisters, boo. Like, we're here. Celine, I'm disappointed because you're supposed to be the other Disney princess here.
I know, but I missed this one.
I think this might be the only Disney song I don't know. I'm gonna have to legit go look this up after this is over. How strange.
I love it. I love it.
The Goofy movie.
The Goofy movie.
All right. Well,
And there's also one in that movie where it's like a bunch of different people who are like it's a bunch of different voices. I love singing all the voices.
I would like to see a performance of this, please, at some point.
Yeah.
yeah, we might need to have Nikki do those voices. She's so in her element with the silliness and the Disney princess thing. That's awesome. Apparently, I'm out of the loop. I'm literally gonna have to go look this up afterwards. I don't believe I don't know that song, and I know like literally every Disney song, probably except for. I think it's because I was never a big fan of Goofy, like the Goofy movie. Not on my radar at all. I know. I'm sorry, Ellie. My kid.
I love Goofy.
Yeah.
My kid, I feel like robbed a little bit of the whole Disney experience. My kid could care less about Mickey, Goofy, Donald Duck, like never cared about. So I kind of missed the indoctrination, like vicariously through my child, as most people get to. I just didn't. He was like, no, I don't care at all. Like at all. He never.
You have to force indoctrinate him and yourself.
Coach Celine, is there a cover version of a song you love more than the original?
All right, so there's a song I already like the original, and it's "The Greatest Love of All,"
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was by George Benson, He did amazing, but then we had this amazing and beautiful singer called Whitney, who just came and just did something completely different. And,
Yeah,
and I think she just, yeah, she gave us a masterpiece of the song.
knocked it out of the park.
So I love both, but definitely the cover is wow.
Yeah. And actually, she did that more than once. What's the other famously covered song that most people think was hers but wasn't?
I will always love you.
That's right. And who did it first? Trivia.
Dolly.
Dolly Parton. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, I think that's something that's really actually important to note, especially for a lot of people listening to this who had no idea about that. A lot of times, songs that are being made famous today have already been made at least semi famous by someone else. And you wonder, like, well, what was it about Celine's cover that made it so huge and iconic versus George Benson or Dolly's in this case? And how interesting is it that a lot of people also think that, like, for instance, Whitney Houston wrote those songs, and she didn't actually. A guy named Michael Masser wrote Masser, is it? I think
So yes.
he wrote Greatest Love of All, and I believe Dolly Parton also wrote I Will Always Love You. So I mean, they're taking that money all the way to the mailbox. Like it's not the artist a lot of times who makes the song or who makes the money from the song, unless they are the writers. They're making money from the performance and the rights to the song, sometimes royalties and stuff. But it's not what a lot of people think, which is really interesting. Cool. Okay, are we ready for the lightning round? I'm very excited for this. I'm just going to popcorn the questions. If I say your name, it's your question. You have 3 seconds to answer. If you don't answer in time, you get an X. Okay? Are we ready? Get set. Coach Ellie, what's a genre you're afraid to sing in?
Rock or heavy metal.
Okay. Coach Nikki, what's a genre you're afraid to teach in?
Dutch.
Dutch. Is that a genre?
Okay, I heard language. Okay. Oh. Sorry.
Did I say language? What the heck?
My brain heard language. Never mind. Keep going.
Dutch. Oh my gosh. Okay, Coach Celine, who's a person you'd most want to do a duet with, dead or alive?
Bobby McFerrin. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Yes.
Okay. Coach Yates, what's the lowest note you've ever hit?
The lowest note I think is in F1.
Oh, wow.
Subharmonics.
Yeah,
Let's go.
baby. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Coach Ellie, would you rather be in a recording studio or on stage?
Stage.
Coach Celine, what is the song that you're embarrassed that you like?
Baby shark. You
You should be.
have it in your head.
Oh, and now I hate you and you're fired because it's in my head all day after this, I'm sure. You should be embarrassed and ashamed over that one.
Oh, mine. I get it.
Hilarious. Okay, Coach Nikki, earphones or headphones?
Headphones.
Okay. Coach
Yeah,
Yates.
that's the one over the ears, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Headphones.
I get them confused sometimes.
Earphone. Wow. Okay. Coach Yates, what additional musical skill would you like to have on a pro level?
I'd love to be able to mix and master, so audio engineering.
I can so see that about you. Love it. Nerd.
I would
Okay.
totally hire you.
I would too. Maybe you should. You could like record all of us at the studio. It'd be great. You'd be like, oh, you're just a couple cents off of that tone. Could you just like raise it up a little bit? I can so see him doing that. You're fired yet. Stop it. Coach Ellie, what singing skill would you like to have on a pro level?
Probably I want to sing more classical stuff. Like I've done some classical stuff, but I like to be better at it. Really good at classical, but
My little Miss Pop Princess. I love it. Stretch those wings, baby. Stretch them. It's good. Coach Celine, what live performance has inspired you the most?
I think I will say again, Bobby McFerrin. And okay, yeah.
You love
Listen, I was 10 years old. No, 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 no. That's for real. I was 10 years old and I saw him live. He was just going around making people sing and whatever,
it.
like improvising. And from that, he was building a whole song.
Wow.
And I was just like, I need to understand. I need to do that. And yeah. So,
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Bobby,
Bobby, you have a big fan in Barcelona.
yeah, no, definitely. That changed completely the way, yeah, I
Wow.
understood it and I enjoyed music. Yeah.
It's so amazing how we as live performers, we don't always realize the impact we're making on that one person times how many are in the stands, right? But like such profound impact can be made on such a seemingly routine type of act or show that an artist
Mhm.
does. And I love that music does that. That's really cool. Okay, Coach Nikki, if you had to choose a non-music related career, what would you do?
I would like to host fun events for children.
I can so see that about you. So see it. Yeah. Okay. Kid related still. Yeah. Okay. All right, Coach Yitz, where do you listen to your music? Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube?
Apple Music.
Apple.
I love the UI. I think that the bitrate is higher, and I like the fact that they have their own app for classical music. It's set up in a way where it allows you to listen in the specific like ways that classical music requires.
I love how you have a 3 bullet point answer for basically everything. For us more creative, non-bullet pointed people, do we all listen to Spotify? Raise your hand.
We're all, but honestly, I feel like I need a better reason after him doing that. I'm
You're
like,
right.
why do I do what I do?
I don't know. I frankly don't know. And I'm not a huge fan of Spotify as an artist. I think there's a lot of things that they need to do better at. So maybe I'll make the switch. Yes. Thanks for the 3 bullet points. Coach Celine, if you had an unlimited music gear budget, what's one item that you would buy?
Okay, unlimited, like
Unlimited.
a lot of zeros.
See.
Okay.
We.
We. So first I will have like a very nice piano, like really, like, yeah, I need
Like
the
a
space for
grand
that.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And oh, can I have like can I ask for a, like, I could have the jazz club just for me
Sure,
and
baby.
and make people come and play
Make them
and
come. Yes. You can make them
yeah,
come.
and yeah. They could come and they could play and I could have like my personal vocal coach also. Could you
Yeah.
be mine,
Oh,
Sarah?
oh, me
I
too.
think you. Yeah.
You're including my services in your unlimited budget. Wow, that's an honor. Yeah,
Daily.
will you fly
Daily.
me there too? If I can go to
Yeah.
Barcelona, I'll give you. Okay,
Yeah.
let's. I like this. This is a good answer. I'm
Let's
liking
go
how this is
crazy.
going for
Yeah.
me. Wow, I love how you dream big. Grand piano, jazz club, me as your MD coach. Yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
Daily
That's
session.
wonderful.
Daily session. Like every
What
day.
session?
You every
Oh,
day, like a vocal coach. Like, come on, tell.
oh,
You
a
can do it.
daily session. Ooh, girl, it's a good thing you have an unlimited budget.
Unlimited.
That's amazing. The growth that you would achieve a daily vocal lesson. Wow. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
lovely?
my jazz club. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Okay. Well, you dream big. You never know what can happen. My dad always said, you reach for the stars, you end up somewhere in the clouds. So someday maybe.
Okay, so I know I wasn't asked this question, but I want to take this one also. I would love to have a Neumann microphone because I happen to love like the quality of the sound. So it's
Ooh.
super warm, super also expensive.
Yes.
But I think it's also important to realize for vocalists that you don't need that expensive gear in order to start. I have
True.
the microphone I currently record on, which I find is great, is an Audio Technica 2020. It's like, I don't know, $100.
Yeah, they're really good.
You don't need an expensive audio interface. The Scarlett Fuchsite Solo is a great option. When I started recording music, I started recording on my phone. I would download a karaoke track, put it into GarageBand on my phone, and just plug in my headphones into my phone and just record there. I
Totally.
think there's so much that you can do without having to spend so much. But if we're just if Terrace Simon Studios is just giving it out, then give me a Neumann.
Totally.
Didn't you say that like Billie Eilish recorded on like a $130 mic or something?
Yeah, I did see something about that she recorded on a Shure what's it's a Shure.
Not like this
Uh,
Shure, but like a
no, it's
handheld.
a Shure performing mic.
Wow. Wow, wow. See, that's amazing. Just goes to show. Yeah, so you don't need to break the bank to get started. I mean, unlimited budget is nice, and if you want a jazz club like Celine in Barcelona, you can make that happen. But you can also take $100 or something like that and get to work. Like, don't allow budget or lack thereof to stop you from getting your songs down and actually also just listening to your voice, even if you're not a songwriter. I love that. Yates. Thanks for adding that. This was so fun. Okay, guys, if you're watching or listening and you have questions or comments that you would like to ask the coaches personally, put them in the comments below. Next time I have them on the podcast, we will curate what we talk about and the questions we answer from those comments. And if you are someone who's really inspired by this, or if you're even more inquisitive about what your voice can do and you'd love to know, or maybe you're someone who is a singer but you're increasingly becoming more aware of your vocal limitations and you want to break through and break past those, we are here to help. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, authentically want to help you. It's why I created Tara Simon Studios. It's why these coaches are with me and are so passionate about moving the needle in your voice. So if you are that person, if I'm speaking to you or someone that you know or love, click the link in the description box. In my link me, you can book a no hassle, no commitment, one-off session and get your voice assessed with one of these guys and see what you could possibly potentially work towards or what your vocal hangups are as they see it, and get a professional's opinion, get some clarity on your voice. We're here waiting and we would love to help you. Guys, thank you so much for being so generous with your time with me today. I know that you're busy in between sessions right now, so I'm going to let you go. But thank you so much for being on and answering these questions. I love you, and I love you guys watching too. I'm proud of all of you. And as usual, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.